Do you miss Dexter?
Do I miss Dexter?
Do you miss being on the set of Dexter doing it?
You know what? It was for me. I loved being a part of the show, and it was a wonderful 4 years that I had. My death was very shocking to me. I had no clue it was coming up or happening.
So does that leave a bad taste in your mouth with the show? Because I mean, like we loved you on the show, and then you're right. That was the most shocking final episode of any show over the past years.
Yes, and no more shocked than me. Yeah, I mean, it was, it's the nature of television. They don't want storylines to leak out, so they don't tell you. And I miss my friends over there, but at the same time, right, I wasn't really being written for towards the end. Like I felt like I wasn't really being challenged creatively. So in the long run, I guess it worked out.
So you must, but all the people, you must feel like they held this from you. I never really looked at it that way, but you must feel like, you're such a big part of the show and you're so involved, and they kind of held this from you. They all knew they were going to kill you, but no one freaking told you about it.
Yeah, I started halfway through the season. I think I started picking up that something was going to happen because we would go to table reads, and the writers who used to be so friendly, all of a sudden like nobody wanted to make eye contact with me. And I was like, what's going on? And I asked a couple times if there was something I needed to be prepared for, and they just said no. But I understand why, because they didn't want it to leak out. And they knew that
but
as
that
soon
ruins the relationship, right? How could you be friends with like the writers and people that knew?
Yeah, I knew. Like at my old job, before I got fired from not that you got fired, they wrote you off the show. But at one of the radio stations I worked at, I got fired, and I remember there were people that knew I was getting fired, but had like regular conversations with me, like knowing like, hey, I'll see you later on, and I'm like, and then when I got fired, I'm like, well, that son of a bitch knew. How could I like them anymore?
Well, I think ultimately the nature of what I do for a living. I mean, I'm an actor, and my job is to bring a storyline to life and to bring what the writers write to life, and that's really it. I have no ownership. I have no say, and so therefore, I'm just there to facilitate a storyline, and obviously the storyline ran out. So yeah. I get it. If they had told me, my representation would have put the word out that I was available, and then it would have gotten out. So I understand why they had to do that.
Well, I just wonder, because I'm thinking like if anyone gets let go of a job, or they're written off a show or something like that, I'd imagine that, like, I know that if I left a place, I wouldn't care about that place anymore. So did you even watch last season of Dexter?
I haven't watched it.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah,
I'll admit I haven't watched it.
Wow.
And a lot of it's because I haven't watched any TV this year because I've been extremely busy. It is on my DVR, and I will watch it at some point. I just haven't. It's hard. I mean, it's for me. I loved Rita so much, and I thought she was a very strong character in her vulnerability, and it was such a violent end to someone who is really so sweet that it would be difficult to watch still.